Let's take you back to Makanda in the Eastern Cape, where our Sipha Kema has been talking to community members about the terrible conditions that they're living in terms of service delivery. Sipha, back to you.
Well, thank you, Iman. Just before we were cut off, we were talking to Thabisa Mavikela, and we were talking about some of the issues, Thabisa, that you guys are facing here in N Street, but as well as Makhanda as a whole. It's a problem of service delivery, issues with water and sanitation. Tell us about the conditions you're living under.
Yo, hi, sana kunzima. Siya reporter i-drains ngoba bensitsho. Bayeza bazoyilungisa. After one day yenza the same thing. But bayeza bafike bathembise, especially ke ngeli xesha lovoto. Bebefikile nangoku bakhankasa. Benxibile urhulumente ophetheyo bathi nge-29 ahamba amanzi sagqabhuka idrain siyaripota azihoywa kwathiwa kobana iyaphuma imali kodwa kuzawufunwa imibhobho emikhulu ifakwe so that amanzi ahambe freely nesuwa ihambe freely yenziwa loo nto leyo lo singasinga ke ba mawenziwe but ke yaphelele emoyeni but imali yona iyakhutshwa but sisaphefumla le nto sisela amanzi anelindle. Akho progress kuyakuba wes uyabona kunjani kungamanzi nje kuyi-storage nje amanzi kamasipala yamoshakala ngamanzi aklina axubene ne-storage sisela ubumdaka angene ezindlini andisathethi ke nge-bucket system.
Now, talking about the bucket system here, Iman, that Thabisa is talking about, there's a house here that we had visited the last time we were here, belonging to an 80-something-year-old man, and his house had fallen apart because at that time it was mud structure, just a bit of breaks here and there. But then also we went to his the pit latrine that he uses, and it was full, which it still is to this day. It seems as though even collecting the buckets from the various households that still use the bucket system does not happen. And you can imagine the stench that comes from all of these houses that are using bucket system with the sewage that's going down or running through the streets. Now, this municipality has a major issue when it comes to service delivery. However, let's look at how much money has been spent on Makanda local municipality. Now, Makanda local municipality in November 2023, with all the problems it has, it was actually forced to pay back or return rather 60.7 million rands. That's 83% of the budget of the conditional grants that it was given. And most of that money, the 21 million from that 60.7 million, actually, Iman, was actually for infrastructure. And some of that money as well was meant for water and sanitation infrastructure, which is lacking, as we can see. Now, when we're also talking about issues of water, Makanda as a town is known to have issues with water. Water is seen in alternative days. It alternates. Every day there's no water. Sometimes it could even go up for 3 months without water in this area. Now, the water puddles that you're seeing currently, that's from clean water. That's not sewage. And that's from a water station that's just down the road. The pipe has burst. This water, according to the community, has been running down the street for the past 4 years. They've reported the leaks, but there's nothing happening yet. Now, for a town that has issues of water and a water crisis, where you find that the pipes are actually burst open and there's water running freely down the roads, it's a major issue and concern, and it shows some form of neglect from the municipality itself, because this has been a problem for the past 4 years. Now, one of the other community members that we had spoken to in 2021, where she shed the light of how they're living here, she's been here for a number of years, Iman. I'm talking about Mamu Mavikela here, and we're going to speak to her again to find out what exactly has changed from the last time we spoke to her in 2021. When we were here, Iman, it was just before elections. It was in October 2021, and she was telling us that every year when it's election here, you find political parties coming in, and also the governing party in the municipality coming in, making promises, but as soon as elections done, nothing happens, which is the same again. Mama, khawusixelele ngengxaki eninazo ezasithethe ngazo ngala game sasilapha ngo-2021, ingxaki zamanzi, isurage nansi isurage ndiyayibona kule ndawo ndikuyo ebheki iyanuka indawo yonke. Ithini meko?
For bandithethe ndizawucela ndithi Thixo khawundincede ndithethe inyaniso yodwa ngomasipala wam wasemakhanda okwi-ICU. Saqala ke ngokuthetha. Iseyilaa nto yayiyo ngoko nani lapha kuwesi kunakuqala. Uyayibona le sewage le ilapha phambi kwam igqabhukile. Kwafika abafana basekomani laa lori inkulu yazolungiswa. Ina 3 months ivuza amanzi angena apha. Ndiqesha abantu ukuze bandivulele le mijero. Bayivulele mijero abantu amanzi angangena endlini. Umasipala wami ose-ICU uba ndiyafowuna ndablokwa nasezifowunini andisasatyelwa. Soke ngoku sisekulaa nto sasikuyo sisentlungwini. Kawuba uba ndiyafowuna andibuze umntu uba ndihlala phina, ndiyamxelela into kokuba ndise-Toilet Street. Apho ndihlala khona ndihlala e-Toilet Street. Abuze mama kuphi apho, ndithi e-Toilet Street. Sesa strato sasibizwa kusithiwa yi-N Street. Ngela xesha kwakusaphila umeya kwakusithiwa nguPeter, qha wabhubha uPeter. Ndiyafowuna ndingasatyelwa. Ndihambe iitoilet sitoilet kumabhakethi. Amabhakethi ayigqiba i-3 months engathuthwa. Ziphuma iimpethu iitoilet. Kaba mntanam ngoba ziphuma iimpethu nje abantu baqeshiweyo ukuba mabathuthe ezitoilet bangenelwa imali qho ebhankeni. Bayahamba botsala imali. Ngoba kaloku apha e-Toilet Street akho mntu wakwamasipala unokuza. Uyaqonda ke ngoku mntanam? Apha eback apho ukuthi iyabili storage. Ngoku ndithethe iphaya egeyithini yam ngasemva i-toilet yam iyabila apha eback. Ndafowuna kumasipala ukuba makeze. Hayi umasipala kezi. Kwafika abafana basekomani nelori enkulu. Le lori enkulu yasekomani yafika yazifunxa ezidrain kwabheterana. Kodwa ke kwabheterana yabuya yeza le toilet. Yaqala ku-A toilet apha eMakhanda kumasipala wam ose-ICU. Ndahamba ndotsho kumasipala. Xa ndifika kumasipala ndafika kwamantombazana amabini. Enye intombazana ithatha ezi ripoti zedrain. Enye intombazana ihlele efowunini.
Well, I mean, Michelle, just to summarize what was said by Mrs. Mavikela here, saying that, you know, she has constantly been reaching out to the municipality, you know, reporting these issues or trying to report these issues at least, and she's been getting no feedback. But now it seems as though she suspects she's even been blocked because she can't even get through with calls when she uses her phone to call the municipality. Now we're here at the back where she was talking about the sewage that is overrunning, and we saw some people working here, and these people that were working here, she was employing them, of course, to come and put these you know, rubble over here over the sewage here and over the sewage here, and so that it does not come up into our house, because the wall you're seeing here, this grey hole, that's her yard, and it had issues of sewage then, where she found that the sewage that came from the street would actually overflow into her house. And that's when she also paid people to actually, you know, try and trim the area so that the foundation of her yard, where it starts, it would rise just a bit up so that she's not affected anymore. Now, I mean, this is quite, you know, appalling and shocking conditions to live under, Iman. You can just imagine. And the fact that, you know, this is not the first time there have been reports on issues regarding this specific area. It's not just this area that's struggling with service delivery in Makanda. In Makanda, there are various areas that don't have service delivery, like Joza. We know there's issues of potholes. We know that there's issues of, as we mentioned, water and sanitation issues here as well. Now, just on another area, in another township within Makanda, we found that there is called a Tati, where a child had actually drowned in an open sewage area like this one here, except it did not have a hole. And that's when the 4-year-old actually was found in there, who had drowned inside that sewage, and was found as he was lifted back up by the sewage, and you know, and they found him next to that sewage tank there. So you can just imagine. And of course, we are later on going to talk to the municipality regarding these issues of service delivery. I mean, the last time we were here in 2021, we tried to reach out to the municipality, but we did not get a comment. We were not successful. So let's see what happens this time around. Now, we're going to take you to another area under Makanda local municipality in Makhanda that also has serious issues of service delivery, talking about the quality of water, where there have been reports of E. coli, people being sick from E. coli because of the poor quality of water and unhygienic water that's coming out of Makanda from the broken down infrastructure treatment plants.